Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Get early access to Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. 25% off the i8 bed, our most popular. Plus free home delivery. Limited time. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Goal!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. It's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in hour number 3, OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. See if everybody's big deal or no big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Alondra just flexed and gave me the middle finger at the same time right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. We have a video portion. Didn't see that part of it.
We haven't done that in years.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Okay. We
It's
can bring
there.
it back if you want to have it. We just haven't done it in years.
Come on, Taylor.
I mean, gosh.
Shit.
Our man Craig Schilling spent a lot of time putting that together back in the day.
I have it on the desktop if you want it. We just haven't played it in a while.
Okay, well, maybe next time.
We do this segment every week.
Most weeks.
I wasn't
try
ready.
to.
Wasn't
Most
ready.
weeks. It's on the rundown.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The one that you never
Have you
opened.
still not opened that?
Dun.
God, I wish this was a bit. Like, I promise you, listeners, it is not. This man refuses to open the rundown.
I don't refuse.
Have you done it yet?
I just forget.
Okay, well, big deal or no big deal? You even changed the name of this segment back in the day. Like
Thus his leg fell off.
7 years
Big deal.
ago. All right, so we thought we knew that Julian Sayin was going to be the Ohio State starting quarterback. I think we all just assumed that was going to be it. Sure, it was a air quote competition, but not really. Well, talking with my guy Bobby Carpenter yesterday and also hearing Ryan Day talk, apparently this quarterback battle is going to go down to the wire. Apparently they're not going to name a starter until the last couple of days of training camp. They open up with the number 1 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns. Big deal or no big deal, sir?
Yeah, that's a big deal. Anytime you're going to push, like if you're actually going to push the decision, like a lot of coaches will say that. There's a lot of coach speak out there.
That's why I asked Bobby. I was like, hey, bro.
Yeah, I was like, this real?
He's like, no, it's like,
Like
it's
he's
real.
for real?
Yeah.
Like that is a big deal. You're the reigning national champions. Like you got some of the most talented players in the country, and you have a huge game with a, whether it's properly ranked, but a lot of people saying the top team, at least top
Either way,
3
number
team.
one, number 1 team in the
They're
country.
coming into your house. Lee Corso's last game in game day. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be so. Like if you're not deciding on a quarterback, all the things we've talked about with like the Saints quarterback, like you got to get used to one snap count, one guy. Like there's chemistry that has to be built. I hate when quarterback competitions drag on. I especially hate 2 quarterback systems. So hopefully he's not going to commit to that if he can't make a decision. Make a decision. Pick a quarterback. Make the right decision. Don't screw it up.
Alondra, big deal or no big deal?
I think it's kind of a big deal that this close to the season, we're like 3 weeks out, 3 weeks out.
Yeah, we are. I mean, you're going to have the game in
23 days.
Ireland. Though.
I know
It's gonna be in
23 days
16
for, that's what I'm
right?
saying. Because they're doing a week 0. Or I
Ohio
guess
State,
like
Texas.
a
The week
No,
zero,
they're-
I'm saying the week 0 games start in 16 days.
Yeah.
For that game, yeah, you're about
23
3 weeks.
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, I think that this close to the season starting, and then like y'all said, you're facing Texas, who is the number 1 ranked team in the preseason polls right now.
I know.
It's kind of concerning that you don't have a breakaway quarterback right now,
I agree.
and that the race is this close. Because they have their, like, Texas has their definitive quarterback.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
His name's Arch on it,
I
Jordan.
think that's a big deal.
Arch Manning.
Arc.
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 Ever heard of
Tay-Tay?
him?
Big deal,
Maybe.
yeah, because you want your starter at this point in the season. But I'll say this: this is not some indictment on Julian saying Lincoln Keenholes can play football. If anybody knows anything about this guy, I think this is going to be no big deal in the long run because it's going to make these two guys better. Lincoln Keenholes, he can play. I love what Julian Sayin can do. Julian Sayin's going to win this competition. Like it just that's what it's going to be. But yeah, it's kind of a big deal that because if nothing else, like Matt talked about with Jay Kaner entering the competition, you want as many first team reps as you can get. That's a big deal for me, but no big deal because I think both guys are actually pretty good.
Yeah, you say it's going to make both guys better, but it's going to make the offense not as good.
Yeah.
You know? So it doesn't matter. Like, get one guy better. Get one guy way better instead of both guys a little better. It's my thoughts. Big deal, no big deal. Take it to the NFL. Someone that most people around here do not like, hate the Falcons. I want to say big deal, no big deal. Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Thuggins?
Been outspoken on the Netflix documentary QB about how he felt blindsided with the Penix draft and not playing, and has kind of been for him, which is kind of a reserved, not gonna like speak opinion too much, especially like derogatory.
Yeah.
Kind of been outspoken about being disappointed with the backup role and how everything played out with Penix. They signed him to $100 million, and then they draft the guy number 8 overall. But what the big deal, no big deal part to me is he's still on the roster, and after publicly stating his disappointment, and now you're on a group of men who are trying to follow another person at quarterback and build a franchise around him. So Kirk Cousins still on the roster for the Falcons. Big deal, no big deal.
So he's going to handle it about as well as you possibly can handle that, I think. I think we know that about Kirk Cousins. If you don't find the right trade partner, if you don't feel like you're getting value, do you really want to just release him and just pay this money to this quarterback and not have his veteran leadership there? It's a tough deal. And also, I think Michael Penix is awesome. He was my second favorite quarterback behind Jaden in that class.
I think
I had him above Caleb Williams.
Unfortunately, I think he's going to pop off.
I do too. And so I think he's going to be the guy, but it is like the ultimate kind of security blanket if he's not, or if he did go down. You do have somebody that has certainly had big moments in the league. If I'm the Falcons, because I think Kirk's going to handle it right at the end of the day, I think he should be on this roster.
So no big deal.
I think it's no big deal. Yeah.
Okay. I'll give my opinion, then we'll kick it over. But I'll give like a contrarian opinion to this, because I think that if you're trying to start fresh, there's always going to be, whether how well he handles it, how much there's always going to be a little bit of a dark cloud with that situation. And so you just like clear the slate completely. Now it's individually based. Like I remember when I was in Seattle and I didn't start, I was a dark cloud for multiple weeks. I was not happy.
Right.
Everybody knew it. I knew
You didn't hide it?
They knew it. No, I didn't hide it. I mean, maybe I tried to. No, I didn't. I eventually tried to, but you can still tell, right? So I get it. Like he's going to have that disappointment, but you're right. He is going to handle it the best. But I do think it's a big deal when you have a guy that you invested an eighth overall pick on, who you're saying he is your guy. The team looked like they had a pulse last year when Kirk Cousins got benched for him.
Right.
Then you got this guy. It's like there's this, got a contract, all this stuff. I say try to move him or cut bait with him. Let him go, do his thing. Big deal.
Landra?
I kind of think it's no big deal. Just because I don't really care.
Boom.
You care about the
There it
Falcons?
is.
I don't care about
Hey,
the Falcons.
good answer.
That's fair.
So it's weird. I'm going to say big deal for all the reasons Jake mentioned. It's a big deal that you have a quarterback that has started, 10 years in this league. Michael Penix showed promise last year, but he still only played 4 games. Like, we still really don't know. We think he's going to be good, but if he's not, Kirk's an insurance policy. And I do agree about the black cloud thing, but if Kirk Cousins is the guy I think he is, he's going to handle this like a pro, at least inside the locker room. So I think it's a big deal because you probably got the best quarterback situation in the league right now in terms of starter and backup.
Yeah, I agree with that. You do have one of the top. But I think, you do have one of the top, situations.
Yeah.
For sure. I just think for a guy to, feel that it's his, he actually owns the keys to this car, and he doesn't have someone sitting in the front seat ready to jump into the driver's seat. I think sometimes you gotta cut bait, and I know, and I get it. Kirk's probably going to be awesome and be awesome in the situation. I just think in that situation it could go downhill, or maybe not downhill's the word for it, but
I think both of them have a good head on their shoulders, though.
Yeah, I do too.
For sure.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, everybody's a competitor.
Yeah.
And Kirk, what you can't hide is Kirk's experience. And in the back of everybody's mind, if Penix throws a couple picks, they're like, we got Kirk. Look, he did that 7 years ago when he was, with the Commanders or whoever it was. We've seen him do these things. Penix is struggling a little bit. Penix is going to struggle at times. He's in first year being a starter. There's going to be ups and downs. I just think in the back of everybody's mind, if you just get rid of that option, then it's all right, everybody behind, let's hold the rope for Penix.
Well, to your point, what probably stings the most for Kirk, remember, he was not traded. He chose the Atlanta Falcons.
Right.
Now, look at what the Vikings are.
And he
What's
said
everybody
that.
saying? Oh, it's Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Kevin O'Connell, it doesn't matter who his quarterback is. They're going to be good regardless.
Yep.
He could have stayed in Minnesota. He gave up everything to go back to Atlanta. So
And that's why I bring up the document, because in the documentary he states, if I would have known they were not, he said, the organization misled me. If I would have known they were taking Penix, I would not have signed here.
Yeah, it's fair. I get it. I get him being
but
angry.
you can't take those words, and I get that. That's a completely normal thing. Everybody would feel that way.
Right.
I'm just saying those words are out there in the ether.
Right.
So,
all right, Tay-Tay. All right, wait, Alondra, you didn't go yet because we spent so long on Flynn's. My God. Say something for the rest of us.
I want some Falcons headlines. Is this,
No, that was a
this
good.
Kyle
That was a
Pitts here?
good big deal or no big deal. Big deal or no big deal. Shohei Ohtani yesterday went both sides of the ball. Pitched 4 innings, 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts, but at the plate. So you get 8 strikeouts in 4 innings, 1 earned run. But then at the plate, my man goes yard for his 1,000th career hit.
He's got 1,000 in the big leagues already?
Yes.
Holy.
I feel like that in and of itself is a big deal. But to go yard for the 1,000th hit, that's pretty cool.
Everything
1
and
walk
anything,
and 2 RBI, by the way.
Everything and anything that he does is a big deal.
Yeah.
8 Ks and a homer, big deal.
And then the
For the 1,000th
nicest
hit.
human being, it seems like when he goes to the
Yeah.
plate for the first
Besides,
time
the
of any,
whole-
He's bad at
of any-
gambling, but he's a good
throwing his-
baseball player.
Yeah, look, everybody's got their
Translator
vices.
under the bus.
But
He's probably real good at gambling. He's just bad at hiding it.
Right.
yeah, there you go.
He probably does. He probably rakes.
It's cool. He tips his cap to the opposing manager, when he steps into the box, as a sign of respect. I don't know, man. I think it's a cool story that we've never seen anybody really like
In
this,
our
certainly in the
lifetime,
modern
no.
day.
Yeah.
And he's doing it, and not just doing it, but he's dominating. He can dominate on the mound. He can certainly dominate in the batter's box.
Yeah.
That is anything he does is a huge deal.
Yeah.
It's funny, just the things that he does is so incredible. If anybody else did one of the things that he does, it'd be like, wow, this guy's amazing. This
I
guy
know.
could be. Is he a Hall of Famer? I don't know, but he does it so much. We have to question: is it a big deal anymore? And it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but yeah, it still is.
And it is. It is. It absolutely
It
is.
still
I'm just
is.
saying,
I get
what
we're
you're
just so
saying.
used to it.
Right.
It's like Alabama when they were winning. It's
now
like,
you fall
I'm
numb to
winning.
it, even though it's the most impressive thing.
Has been in the MLB since 2018. Already has 1,000 career hits.
That's crazy. And with injuries.
Yeah.
He's had some injuries.
He was
as
injured
well.
all last season.
Yeah. Tay-Tay?
Yeah, quick before we go. Big deal or no big deal? So New England and Washington had their joint practice yesterday, and there was a big brawl on the field, and New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel jumped into the pile of players and said,
he did.
that's what we're trying to build, and it starts with the head coach. It's intensity and bringing it every day, taking no crap when we're out on the field. It's the mentality that I want. So big deal or no big deal, the head coach getting into it with the players in the scrum.
Okay, so it's a huge deal that he has their back and he's in the foxhole. That is incredible. I say no big deal because it's Vrabes, and it doesn't
the most
shock
least
me at
surprising
all.
thing.
Like if it was any other coach, it'd be a big deal on both. Vrabes tried to fight you after every play. Like I played against him when he was in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe once in New England, but mostly Kansas City. And he would just like create drama in his own head. I think it's like, dude, I didn't even say, like, what are you talking about? I didn't even say anything. He's trying to fight you. That's who he is. You don't lose that just because you got a whistle around your neck now. That is not shocking at all. I would have loved to play for Vrabes.
So he would use tackling fuel. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
He walk around. It's kind of like that scene from Waterboy. And he's like, no, no what? Like he's just thinking things in his head. Like what did he go after Dan Quinn?
It doesn't say Dan Quinn was in there. Dan's a little old to be mixing it up.
I bet Dan would mix it up, though.
Oh, he would.
You don't wear a backwards hat unless you mean business, you know? Colin Cowherd.
What a...
Yeah, I know.
Shout out
he
to
didn't have a great
Schottenheimer
opinion?
for that, by the way.
So big deal because that's awesome. And I love, like, I got to lead. I got to get into the fray because that's what we're trying to build here. Which highlights what we talked about yesterday. LSU getting some fights.
Yeah.
Fight each other.
Like a fight.
Just a fight. Something.
It can be with your boy.
You
can be with your boy. You'll be fine. You'll be fine 5 minutes afterwards.
Vrabel stays
That's the
winning.
defensive line coach. I'm sure he got in some fights.
Mike Vrabel, 10 career receptions, all touchdowns.
I know.
I want to be his
He's a great
friend.
player, man. He was he had these arms that like just you couldn't find your way into blocking him because he would just extend those long ass arms that he had, and he was a monster. He'd be pretty cool to have a Dos Equis or two with as well. I think he'd go for Dos with us.
He's deleted some.
I saw him with our fellas, Will Compton, their version of Tay-Tay, the Bussin' Boys. I bet they can delete some Dos Equis. I bet they've gone for Dos a couple time or two. You should go for Dos. Now's a great time to go for Dos. It's about to be tailgating Dos time. So when you set the tailgate, make sure you have an ice chest full of ice cold Dos Equis.
Don't go for go for Dos. Dos Equis, like cold, ice cold Mexican lager. Have it in your fridge at home. I like to keep a little icy mug in the freezer, pop it out, cut a lime open. There's nothing better, nothing more refreshing, especially in summer. Getting ready. Man, we're getting ready for tailgate, and that is perfect beer deleting time. So drink responsibly. Go for Dos. Drink Dos Equis.
All right, when we come back, it is time for Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. Go ahead and get those Munchie questions in the Bayou 4 chat. We'll get to as many as we can because, last week I'm not sure that we asked one question because we just went off with our own Munchie questions. This week we're going to ask your Munchie questions, and we'll do it right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
This is a rookie move by a veteran player. Go to trashrangers.com. That is never going to be a rookie move. That is a veteran move as vet can be. All right. Sign up for residential commercial service right there at the bottom of the website. You can also order that roll-off dumpster. There's going to be 3 sizes to choose from. They'll make sure every single time you have the right size. Call them. Tell them what you got going on at 225-612-2477, and they're going to make sure that it is there. It's going to be there in a hurry as well. Even if you need it like picked up and brought back, they do that. So it is the reliable, hassle-free trash removal service here in South Louisiana, trashrangers.com.
Go check them out today. Those big red dump trucks, those roll-off dumpsters, those trash bins. So whether it's residential, whether it's business, industrial, whatever it is, whatever you're doing, a little spring cleaning, a little summer cleaning, getting ready for the fall, you need a roll-off dumpster. They can help you size it. Whatever your trash needs are, go see them. Trashrangers.com.
Hey.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Hell yeah. Let's go, Alondra. Let this one breathe a little bit.
Banging raw high, doing what we do, watching screens getting high. Girl, you keep it so fly with your sweet honey buns. You was there with the money gone, you be there with the money gone.
All right, I know Chef's appreciating that as well. We got the sounder and everything, and Alondra's always ready to go. Let's get to it.
Get ready to tantalize your taste buds and leave this segment hungry. This is Munchies with Executive Chef Michael Johnson.
Let's eat.
Chef, what's going on, brother? I am sure you are drinking out of a fire hose right now with training camp and trying to make sure everybody is fed and ready to go. People losing 11 pounds in one practice, and Chef's got to make sure they gain it all back, and so we do appreciate the time as always, sir.
Absolutely. No problem, guys.
Hashtag Munchies. Do you ever attend cooking classes like at Red Stick Spice, and would you ever consider having your own cooking classes?
The cooking classes that I do are actually with the athletes. So
nice.
Yeah. So we do like teaching kitchens. I did one with basketball not too long ago, and we try to do them with each sport, or at least give them an opportunity to, so that it's kind of an educative life lesson for them as well, and it also helps me build rapport and relationship with the athletes. Specifically the younger ones that are coming in that are that the upperclassmen have been with us for 4 years, and so that the relationships are there. So for transfers and freshmen and even some sophomores, it offers us opportunity to, food brings people together, right? So it's one of those things.
Chef, hashtag Munchies here. What is the worst experience with fire you've ever had in the kitchen?
Oh, wow. There's been a few.
Where do I start?
I had during Amazon, we used to do Amazon, and we were using these corn, the devices that you put the food in were actually made out of like corn shucks, and they caught fire. There was like 50,000 people in the stadium that day because it was a catering event, and one of our stands caught. It was a big deal. There was smoke rolling out of the concession stand, and it got quite hairy. During a baseball game one time, we had a fryer catch on fire, and it set the Ansel system off. And I don't know if you know what Ansel is, but it's a pressurized tank. Like if you look at a fire extinguisher, it is much like a fire extinguisher, but on a larger scale. And it's piped or plumbed into these nozzles that sit over top the devices that you're cooking in, right? And so it tripped the Ansel system, and the crazy part was the Ansel system failed, and so we had to shut the building down because we had to shut the stand down because of that. And then the next day we had to shut the building down because they were like, "What the heck? Ansel isn't working. If we have a like that, there's the fire marshal is usually the health department. People, health department can shut down a restaurant, but the fire marshal is the one that can shut it down quickest."
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've had a few hairy days with fire in the kitchen before. Yeah.
Hashtag. Go ahead, Chef.
I was just going to say the thing about a fire in the kitchen is you have to be the one that has a calm mind and not freaking out, right?
True. Yeah, I don't know that'd be great at that. Hashtag Munchies. Does Chef have an Alabama white sauce recipe?
I do, but we don't use it too terribly often. It's like mayonnaise forward, and we try not to serve that too terribly much. It's not super healthy for you, but
yeah, people don't realize.
Keto,
Chef,
it's a good keto
Chef,
sauce.
People don't realize how much of a punch that sauces can pack. Like you can get in some real trouble real fast with sauces and dressings.
Absolutely, man. Condiments are you gotta check your condiments, man. There's some fat stuff in there, and not only that, a lot of the stuff that comes commercial from the store is it's got stabilizers and preservatives in it, and that's the stuff that we're trying to keep out of the human body.
Hashtag Munchies. Ask Chef what his favorite fish is to grill. So I'm assuming like a outside grilling. What's your favorite fish?
Well, not to be a smart aleck, but it's the one that I just caught. You know what I mean? And I mean that. You know, like flavor wise, though, gosh, it's going to be tough because I like, you know, grouper, triple tails, delicious fish. You know, on the grill, it's going to be something firm. You know, like snapper, grouper, tilefish, triple tail, something like that. You know, like I love to deep fry speckled trout and those softer fish. I mean, even tuna. You know, like I like to slap tuna on the grill real quickly and give it a sear. But I mean, honestly, you guys know I fish, and so really the piece of fish that I love the most is the one that's just caught, that's fresh. And you know, fishing, you can't really control what you can try to target the fish, but yeah, I mean, I rarely have I found a fish I didn't like to eat. You know.
Chef, kind of going back to sauces, and I'm with you on that. Like when you catch the fish, it just tastes better. Going back to sauces, though, because we had some questions inside the chat as well, maybe about some sauces that you use there with the players, knowing that you got to be careful about, you know, what is truly in these sauces as far as the fat content, the calories, and all that stuff. Yeah.
So it's a good question. You know, like we for instance, we did something on green beans the other day just to kind of brighten it up and make it taste a little bit different and make it a more vibrant dish. We took olive oil and a little bit of butter so that the olive oil tastes like butter. And then we make an emulsion with that with like a vegetable stock or a chicken stock or a flavorful liquid by putting xanthan gum into the oil, and it stabilizes the mixture together. You can find xanthan gum, but what happens is that you it's almost like making a vinaigrette, right? And you get the flavor from the butter, you get the flavor from the stock kind of blended together. It's almost like a veloute, if you will, and it's I don't know, it's just a really vibrant, flavorful sauce. We use a lot of vinegar, balsamic and white vinegars. We use tons of really high-end olive oils. You know, like we get into the varietals of the olives, not just buying extra virgin olive oil. Like we get into picules and arbequinhas and Coja Blanca and stuff like that because specific varietals have higher polyphenols, and so we have to pay attention to that. It's not just cheap everyday run-of-the-mill mixed blend olive oil. Like we look at the specific varietals of the olives.
Chef, you talking about xanthan gum? You got like food sciencey. I mean, I got like excited from being like my background in the food and beverage world. It's like that's pretty cool that you go into that much deep thought, just like normal dressings and sauces, things like that. But anyway, hashtag Munchies. Can you taste the difference? So when you're fishing, you talked about fresh fish. Can you taste the difference when you immediately clean a fish or stick it in the ice chest for a couple hours and clean it later? Is there a difference of getting it cut and bled out and everything like right there?
Yeah, well, you said the word there, bled out, right? Like there are fish that you can, you know, like a larger species of fish, if the bloodline's not thick, I think that you can put it in the ice chest and get a similar taste. But it is the bleeding out. Like I think it's always better to bleed the fish out immediately so that you don't have to worry about that, because the bleeding out process, for people who don't understand it, fish urinate through their bloodstream. A lot of fish do, at least, through their skin, and the bloodline runs up against the side of the skin, and it permeates out of the skin. And so, if you don't bleed the fish and leave the blood in the fish, you need to clean the bloodline out of it just to be safe. But you know, if you bite into that when you're cooking it, it tastes like uric acid, which translates into urine, if you will. You know, like it can taste really bad, right? And so, I think there is something for the purists. You know, I do think that there is slight differences there, and not so slight when you are, leaving the bloodline in and not being careful about that.
Hashtag Munchies. Does chef use milk solids from clarifying butter to flavor sauces so there is less fat?
I guess we have in the past. I mean, honestly, we don't cook with a whole lot of butter. We cook with a lot of oils, healthier oils. you can do that, but there's a process to it, and it's you know what I mean. Like for me, it's why do we go to the length of doing that when there's other things that are better that serve the same purpose, right?
Yeah.
There is flavor in it for sure, and they have their value, but we kind of avoid it by not using butter. I mean, we use very little butter there. There are times where butter is necessary. Sometimes I just have to put butter in mashed potatoes because it's the right thing to do. But by and large, if we're cooking with it, like sautéing or something, we have a sauté blend oil that has rice bran oil in it. It has some canola, it has a little olive oil in there for flavor, but it's been blended and constructed for high heat purposes, and it like the tolerance of it is up to 500 degrees to be in a sauté pan. If we're mixing oil into a salad, we're going to use extra virgin olive oil. If we're, putting it on chicken to put it in an oven, we use a blend that's a 50-50 blend of olive oil and canola oil or so. So, the food at the Nutrition Center is what I call thoughtful food. Matt said it a minute ago, there's a thought process that goes into it that dives deeper into each thing that we do, right? And some people get that and some people don't, but for us, it's what makes the difference in the kitchen and in the food.
Yeah, Chef, just like to expand on the whole using the oil. It's like, I know there's I don't know if it's popular. It's just recently I figured out there's kind of a war against like seed oils out there.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about this? Like, what's the health concerns and what's the alternative?
Does he know anything about this?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't paid too terribly much attention to it because I never really bought into the seed oil process, because seed oils are so expensive in order to get it. I think it has something to do with GMOs and what's actually in the plant itself that it's passing through into the seed and it gets stored into body fats, and it's not healthy stuff necessarily. Like it's not necessarily the oil, but it's stuff that the oil carries with it.
Yeah.
But I never really got into seed oils though, because for a small bottle of seed oil, you can buy 6 olive oils. I never just bought into it. I go with what I feel is best and what my research has said. And plus I'm an Italian, so I love olives. You can go avocado oil and stuff like that, which is healthy, but it's super expensive. And for me, I am running a business, so it's cost prohibitive to feed 500 people grapeseed oil. It's just not going to happen, right? I have to be smart about my money, so I never really got into it, and so they can say what they want about the seeds. It kind of matter not to me.
Fair enough.
All right, there he is, our guy, Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef over at LSU. Chef, we appreciate the time, certainly during the busy training camp, and always look forward to our next conversation.
Absolutely, guys. You guys take care.
I always am amazed by whatever the question is.
Which question is he going to blow your mind with?
I know.
And I just learned that fish urinate in their bloodstream.
I the same.
I was like, that whole explanation was about the fish. Unbelievable. Guy's incredible.
Yeah, love having him on. One of my favorite segments every single week. All right, before we take this break, I want to remind you about our friends over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. GoTommys.com is the website. They are truly the best. Now, I'm telling you they're the best because they've been the best for me. They'll be the best for you. But also, The Advocate is telling you they are best windows in Baton Rouge 2025. Angie's Super Service Award, they tell you they're the best every single year since 2016. They continue to stack awards. That's who they are. That's who they're always going to be. GoTommys.com. When we come back, though, we got to talk Saints. Like, Saints are traveling yesterday. We're going to be there in California for some time.
Rat Pack.
They got a preseason game. Rat that when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Right there on the homepage of the website. You can have would you stop coughing over there? You can have a chat with them right there. An agent's going to pull up. Also, you can see what they're doing in the local community throughout the state of Louisiana. At Get Gordon is always going to be the handle on all major social media, and they're always doing something in your local community. And another step, if you want to call them, no matter where you're at in the state of Louisiana, from Shreveport to Monroe, Monroe to Ellick, Ellick to Lake Chuck to Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Homa, Leesville. You got to get a new town. Shout out to the Wampus Cats. We got to get you a new one. It is your area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Yeah, be a part of the G team. Get Gordon, get it done. Gordon McKernan, personal injury attorneys. Look, accidents happen. If you've been injured, wherever it is, they can help you. Let them fight for you. GetGordon.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Definitely letting this breathe. Give me 15 seconds, people.
When you feel it in your body, you found somebody who makes you change your ways, like hanging with your crew. Said you act like you ready, but you don't really know. And everything in your past, you wanna let it go. I've been there, done it.
All right, I wasn't sure if you got the edited version. Had to cough in that one. I think you did. I don't know. Either way, welcome back in. What a hit. The New Orleans Saints are out west. Out there in SoCal, the land of Flynn.
Gross.
You've never been, you only know Oakland. Oakland ain't California.
I've been to L.A. a couple
You don't
times.
like the left
L.A.
coast.
ain't even the same as Orange
stinks.
County and San Diego.
Hate it.
Wow.
Boo left coast.
Boo left
San Diego, home of Camp Pendleton, home of Miramar, Top Gun. Never heard of it. Used to be, not anymore, but still, it was. I guess you don't Coronado, where the Navy SEALs train.
I love every single military person, family, supporter out there. But the rest of California, except for Napa, love the wine. That's a good time.
God. Love the wine. Who are you? And what'd you do with my quarterback?
Wait, whoa. Are you saying
I know,
you're too
but
gritty to drink wine?
No, but the way you...
Is that what you just said?
The way you
Have you ever done a
said
Napa trip? A Napa trip is, really fun.
That's my dream.
No,
to do a
that's
Napa trip.
Nothing
Going
screams
to,
grit like going to a Napa trip.
Nothing.
I'm saying
This is a weird stance.
I'm saying I'm sitting here talking about the military. We're talking about Camp Pendleton and Miramar and Coronado.
First of all,
I'm sitting here trying to lift up our troops, and you're over there talking about, the wine's great in Napa.
First of all, I was talking about what probably most people feel here in Louisiana is that California stinks. And then you brought this into this whole military situation, to which I said, I love it. That's a great part of, the only good part of California. And then I said, except, the wine part. That's good.
All right, let's look
Don't you put that evil on me. Don't you put that slanderous word.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Exactly. Thank you.
You said it. I just reporting the news, bub.
No, I didn't say it. We want to thank all our military members.
Just stop. The juice is already out of the container, bud.
OTB loves the
Speaking of
troops.
juice, the wine. What?
Oh, my God.
OTB loves the troops.
Yeah.
This was supposed to be a Saint segment.
And we back the blue.
We do.
It's right there, behind me, Saint segment. Taylor's just fuming over there because I know he needs it.
All right, you got 2 minutes. Go.
I know he needs it.
That's on me.
All right, when the Saints get back from Southern California, I want to know who the starting quarterback is going to be. I think that you are in a position right now where you need to have a quarterback named so the fellas, the troops can rally around said quarterback. I just think it's different than college football. And Matt, maybe you disagree with me. You've been in quarterback battles. I have not, so I don't know. But I'm just telling you from a position player, I want to know who my guy is going to be. And I think if you play this preseason game and there's signs pointing to Shuck or Rattler, whoever, and I think it's going to be Rattler. I think we all do. Why wait? Why wait? Mm-hmm. If the reports are true from the people that we respect, check them out, LouisianaSports.net, Rattler's been the better quarterback. And if he goes out against the Chargers, who scoring defense last year was top in the league, and he plays well, why wait? Name him starting quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I understand your point, but frankly, nobody's opinion matters except for one person's opinion. And it's hard to make a decision when you go into a training camp with a true quarterback battle, and you mean it as a head coach. You say it is an open competition. You can't make a decision before at least one game. Now, you can have a really good idea, and then I think in the first game, if he proves everybody right in what he's done the first 2 weeks, his body of work that he's done so far in training camp, if that shows up in game one of preseason, then I think it's a different conversation. But you can't have that. You can't make that decision if it was truly open after just 2 weeks of practice, especially 2 weeks of practice where it was 3 people rotating. Now, if it was just 2 people and there was a clear difference between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But with a third, there's just, there's a third less reps for both those guys. So I think you can't make that decision if it was a true open competition, which it is, until you at least see it with the uniform on. And I agree with that decision, but I agree with what your statement and your stance. Like you have to know. Like this, This is the NFL. You can't wait until August 30th to make a decision.
Yeah,
like
it's just different.
Like all the teammates want somebody to rally behind. Like they want a team. They want to interlock arms and walk forward.
Yeah.
They don't want to keep changing those people that are interlocking arms. They want to have one established group.
Yeah, and that's my point is if it's clear, which it seems like it's been clear
seems like
so
it is in
far.
practice, but it still has to
so if it
translate
continues
to a
to be
game.
clear, look, if Rattler goes out there and he doesn't play well and Shuck lights it up, stay open. Stay open.
Mm-hmm.
Then you give yourself maybe another week.
Yep.
But I feel like you wasted time giving Jake Haener 1 reps for 2 days of training camp. Feels like wasted reps.
Yep.
So I feel like you're already behind the 8 ball. So if Spencer Rattler goes out there, plays well against the Chargers, name him the starter. If he struggles and Shuck plays well, keep it open.
Yep.
And you can keep it open for another week. But you've kind of shown that you've gone from 3 to 2. If Rattler goes out there and plays well again after he's been the leader in the clubhouse, just name him the starter, allow the team to rally around him, and move forward with Spencer Rattler and keep Tyler Shuck ready. Continue to develop him. And if Rattler doesn't play well in the season, maybe you make that change. But as somebody that's, in that huddle, in that backfield, I want to start to hear the voice, not just another voice.
And I'll play a little devil's advocate just on my experience. When I was in Seattle, first 2 weeks of training
disagreeing
camp,
all the time. Tiger droppings, take that.
I was the best quarterback the first 2 weeks of Seattle training camp. I didn't show out great in the first preseason game. I was there for I only played 10 or 15 plays the first preseason game. Russell played really well, and he continued to play well in the games. Then it just but that was so you can't completely base it. You got to see it in the game.
And we've got a game.
Not tonight.
Not the
Like
misinformation
Taylor
that we
tried to
were
tell us
given.
it was yesterday. Sunday.
Can defend yourself?
Sunday.
You can't defend yourself. We don't have time for you to defend yourself. We're going to take a break. Wrapping it up. Ask the bench when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
If you are going to a game this year for the Tigers, and really if you're going to that opening game, the game that's up on the blinking marquee, you should go to ascend-travel.com. They have got incredible packages going on right now for you to not only travel in style, but to continue walking around in style in Clemson, South Carolina, because you are going to have your hotel taken care of. You're going to have, obviously, your travel to get there taken care of. You're going to have your travel to and from the game taken care of. And also, you're going to have access to exclusive tailgates. They plan so you can fan ascend-travel.com.
Yeah, even if you want to take care of your own transportation, they can still arrange premium hotel accommodations, ground transportation, all-inclusive tailgate access with food, game tickets, welcome gifts, and more. Go see them today, ascend-travel.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Got a long segment here.
No, we don't. I do have a raffle going for my foundation. We talked about it the other day. If you'd like to enter, it is only $10. There's 2 game-worn jerseys, 1 LSU, 1 Chargers, a custom 1-of-1 trading card as well. There is no limit on entries. You can go to @HesterSports on Twitter. You can go to Hester Sports Foundation on Instagram to find out all the information on that. Also, I think it's on our Facebook page as well. So we got that going on. So if you want a chance to win a couple of game-worn jerseys, 1 at the college level, 1 at the NFL level, you can certainly enter that, and we'll have a winner for that next week. And yes, Flynn, you are eligible to enter. You just haven't yet. I'm not like you.
I should not be eligible to win.
Yeah. Why not?
I don't want people to think it's collusion.
No, it's not. I'll record the spinning of the wheel and everything.
Yeah, but those can be AI'd.
Can they?
I don't know. No idea.
You love AI. I don't know. If anybody knew, it'd be you.
I'm terrified of it, but I do love it. But I hate it.
Coming up on tomorrow's show, we're going to have the 18th ranked. 18th ranked, right? Yep, 18th ranked team in the OTB Top 25. Going to continue breaking it all down. From
you get 18.
Camp.
Weird.
I didn't even plan that.
Nerd.
Who wears 15? The janitor?
Retire it.
Off the bench.
That was rude. I apologize.
What's up? What you got against janitors?
Not to you, to the janitor.
Yeah, seriously.
I actually respect him more than
Talking
I
to me
respect
all
you,
wrong.
whoever that is. It's the wrong tone.
It's the wrong tone.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. See what they can do for you. Buying new, leasing, and renting. Everything is available. One of the cool things about All-Star, they can customize your vehicle as well. Never did I think I'd see a murdered out minivan, but T-Bob showed that it can be done.
This is the way.
Black on black on black. You can get, like, one of the coolest cars I've actually seen around town was the 4Runner, and it was like a Stormtrooper version. I mean, it was like just this snow white, and it had black tires and rims. It was incredibly sweet, and you can go check that out. You can customize your vehicle. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Go see them. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com.